Well, today's going to be an interesting video. Today we're going to learn how to repair an inner tube on a bike. My kids are little brats, and I told them not to ride through some glass, and they did anyways. So my daughter especially, she put a hole in her inner tube. I'm going to show you today how to fix that problem. Not the daughter, the inner tube. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I've been told here the back problem is a rear tire. Oh yeah. See that? Keeps going flat. Just like my bank account, one day after payday, drops down to deadline. About the same thing right here. We're going to show you how to fix that real quick. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I put the bike up on its basically its seat right there and flipped it over. Then I want to locate two nuts. There's one here, okay, and then there's one nut right over here. You see that? Yay! Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to loosen up these two nuts right here. Okay. So first we will start with this guy here. Then we'll move on from there. And sometimes they do also have this other bracket right here. Sorry, that does have a lips hole, you know, Phillips head screwdriver on it. We're going to take that off as well and get moving on. So it looks like we need regular wrench, you know, the right size wrench, or an adjustable wrench for your dad, because let's be honest, man, I don't have time to go around and find all the shit all over my house. I just want to get this done so she quits complaining to me. And I also need a cross tip or Phillips head screwdriver. Yep. Maybe if you would have quit after 2 kids, we wouldn't have this issue. Ah, damn it! And I wouldn't have to be dealing with this right now, hon. Okay, let's get this adjusted here. Oh, popped right off there. Could have died, little girl. Maybe she'll tell daddy when this thing loosens up a little bit. So get off this one side here. Loosen that up. Okay. We're going to loosen up this little screw right here. I don't know what this is called. I bet if you look it up, you can figure it out. But it's just a little bracket that basically holds the wheel on. Kind of like a safety thing. So if this comes off, then this will hold the wheel on, even if these loosen up. That way you don't have your wheel flying off. Your daughter's doing a front flip over a curb. Or if your boy likes to drive the colored pink and blue bikes, that's fine too. But they don't do a front flip over the curb and end up, you know, killing themselves, causing you to go to family events and explain why you never checked a freaking bike to begin with, because you were too busy keeping track of fantasy football instead of checking on your daughter's bike. You know what? I gotta make money on my free time and have all things to do as well. I have to be able to relax as well as everybody else, not worry about a freaking bike. Okay, now we're going to take off this other side here. Obviously, your children are not doing anything to help out. They're probably in the house playing the GameCube or the X Station or whatever the hell it's called now, and they're not that interested in helping you. So you're going to be doing this by yourself. Alright, so we got that off. So what we're going to do is just kind of pull on this chain a little bit. Kind of like how my wife pulls on my credit card every month to try to get more money out of it, even though it's already maxed out. And I told her 3 freaking times. I said 3 times. There's no more money on the credit card. We are horrific debt. Please stop going after it, okay? Please. Hey, once you got that chain loosened up, you've heard your wife bitch about, you know, the internet like 4 times. And you're just trying to ignore her so you can get through a video because it's something you enjoy doing on the weekends. You're going to take that chain off and look right down here. You're just going to take the chain right off this back sprocket here. Just like your wife finally lifted the restraining order from you and said you could come back and live at your house because obviously she needed money. And she found you don't have any money, so now she's reconsidering it. But anyways, you take the chain off, then you can easily slide the tire back and pull that off. Okay, so the next thing you do is you want to make sure you have the right size inner tube for the bike. And where you find that is right over, let me find it. It's right on the side of the tire right here. Right there. And this one says 20 by 1.95. Okay, so this is the thing here, is when I sent my wife off to get this, number one, she got the cheapest one possible because she realizes I'm kind of a broke ass who doesn't have any money. And I basically had to raid my kids' piggy bank in order to find this. She gets so she can ride her bike. But so basically, she got the cheapest one possible. I think it's $6 at Walmart. And then it took her 3 times to find the right size, because she thought up here where it says 49 to 406 that she had to get the biggest tube possible. The biggest one was like 30 something. And I told her, no, it's 20 by 1.95. She goes back to the store and she added these numbers together and it became 22. And no, I said it's 20 times 0.1 by 195. What is it? Eventually, my son went with her. They got the right tube size. It's a 20, 1.75 to 2.25 Concord from Walmart. And we were able to get it the right size. So, yay, three is the magic number, yay. So you want to make sure you have the right tube size, okay? Pull that out of the box, flip that to the side because you shouldn't need it anymore, and find a ginormous hole in it. Okay, now that we returned back from Walmart and we got one fourth try, now check in, make sure there's no holes in it. All right, we're all good, and then we will set that to the side for now. Set it right down there. Probably not, hopefully not on glass or nails or anything like that. And then we will prep this wheel for the new tube going in. Okay, so putting on the new tube is real simple. You just have to get this tire off. And one way to do that is you can use a screwdriver to go up underneath, or they've got tire tools to remove this. Some of them get stuck on it pretty well, to the point where you have to use a special tool. But if you're a real man, like me, like I'm a real man! Making a video! Hold on one sec. Damn, I'm sick of this stuff. Anyways, if you're a real man, you just go like this, kind of take it, and you twist it off the rim. Damn, this one's actually on there pretty good. Do this I'm just gonna do this real quick so that then I can act like I did it. You go like that, just kind of shimmy it on there, work it out. Okay, all right, start the video up. Got it right off, first try, no problem, easy. Popped right off that wheel. Actually, kind of felt like I barely used any muscle power to get that. So she's off now. Now we've got the rim, the wheel, and on the inside is the inner tube. We just pull that right out of there. Okay, pop that out, chuck it to the side. Then we put the new inner tube on the inside here. Oh my goodness, she's gonna be a big one. Okay, so I'm going to take the valve cap off, or valve stem cap, I don't know what they call it nowadays. Yeah, back in my day we used to call that the... I can't remember. I can't think of any good jokes. Valve cap. There you go. Awesome. And was put that right on there. Oh, nope. I am wrong. Damn it. Let me take that out. Okay, so now that we've got our tire removed, we're going to take the valve cap. We're going to keep it on there for a minute. Actually, you know, we'll take it off. And what I say is you can put this on any sort of surface that you want to. It's right here. Okay, you can put on any surface, anything like that. Or you just put it in your pocket like that and use it for later. So we've got the inner tube. We're just going to shove that right in the tire. Now, it should be able to fit in there pretty well. Unlike my current living situation where I have 5 kids, 3 dogs, 1 cat, and a father-in-law that likes to come over quite often and use my house in a 2-bedroom, 1,000-foot square home in middle of Oklahoma. It should fit a lot better than that. Okay, it looks like it's struggling a little bit, just like I am, to mentally come to terms with the fact that I am 45 years old and I am so out of touch it's not even funny, but I'm getting close. So anyways, it goes right in the tire like that, right? Doesn't have to fit perfect, just needs to be somewhat in there, okay? Just somewhat in there. Next, I'm going to pick up the rim. I'm going to find that little hole right there for the valve. So remember there, see that? You go all the way around. Okay, and this should actually have, you know what? Here it is. Should have a little protective layer on there, which popped right out of this thing because it is from Walmart. They're not known for being the best quality bikes. The reason for that is because all these little metal things here are going to stab into that... son of a bitch. Hey, hon, I can't do this right. What's that, honey? Well, no, Daddy's trying to fix your bicycle. If you want it fixed, maybe you should go and play some other game. Yeah, maybe you should go play while Daddy's working on your bike that you keep wrecking. Oh, yeah, go tell your mom! Go tell your mom, I don't care! Whatever, we're gonna get this done. So one hack I could tell you is if you take like Gorilla Tape or duct tape and you put in here. So basically we're trying to cover up these screws so they don't make contact with the inner tube, okay? There was one time my wife told me to stop making contact with her because she said she just needs time to think. Well, you know what? You can have all the time you want to think, hon. All the time you want to think when I'm out at the bar with my boys and we're talking about how Saquon Barkley is going to have another comeback year this year. Have all the time you want in the world to think, okay? And then what you do, make sure you cover every little piece of that. Every little one, like that. Okay, give it a good press down. So you look something like this, right? Like I said, that creates a barrier between you and the other two. Next. Oh, damn it, it hit me right in the knee. Hit me right in the freaking knee. Why are you laughing? I haven't done this since like the 4th grade. Anyways, you take this stem, you put it in this hole. Damn it. You put it in this, son of a bitch. There's a hole right here that's partially covered up with tape, but it's there. You want to put this through that frickin' hole. I seriously can't do this. I seriously can't do this. I'm gonna shut this off. All right, put the valve stem right through the hole there. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to work this into where you create a seal on the tire on both sides here like that, okay? Now, like I said, you can use a tire tool or you can go, or maybe, I'd say a screwdriver, but I'd be very careful with a screwdriver because you actually go in there, you take it, you push up like this and you pop that inner tube. You're just going to be doing this all over again. So you just want to make it work for you. Just like how my wife's lawyer said that they were going to make it work for me. And my lawyer said that they were going to make it work for me. And then I ended up getting bent over in disposition and gave up all of my goods and yeah, my half my pension. So you got to make it work, okay? You got to make it work, right? All right, so we're going to work this unlike my wife's lawyer, who's a lying scumbag, who I know you're dating. I know you're dating, Bill, and we all know it. That's why he's not over here doing this, and I am. I'm over here doing this, and he's sitting... Okay, and once we've got our tire completely sealed up onto the rim, okay, what I would suggest doing to keep this from popping out is putting that valve stem cap back, or the valve cap right on top. I'm trying to make a good video. I can't do this. I make shorts. I don't make videos. Anyways, you put the valve cap right back on there. Just go inside and make a sandwich or something. And basically you repeat the steps. Okay, we're just going to repeat where we put this. We're going to slide this back on here, right? Not rocket science. It's pretty easy. We're going to slide this on. We're going to take this little chain right here. Remember the chain? Remember the chain's always been your little friend? We're going to put it around the sprocket. Can you see that on video? Of course you can't see. Of course you can't see it on the one video part I was trying to get. Anyways, we're going to put this chain back over the sprocket like that. Okay? Then we're going to pull this tight. We're going to put this, and then oh, I forgot how to put on an effing tire. I forgot how to put on a freaking tire. It'll be cute. Do something different this time, Dom. Do something that people like, Dom. Like doing like basic kid stuff. So anyways, we're just going to reverse what we started, okay? So we're going to go like this. I'm going to take off this little guy right here. And can you hand me that screwdriver over there, honey? Can you hand me that screwdriver over there, honey? Yeah. The screwdriver right there. I got it. Thank you for the 7th time. And we're going to take this off right here. And that is a screw or a bolt. Whatever you want to call it. And a nut. See that? It's a nut and a bolt. It's real easy. We're going to attach this guy here because that's what Huppy Star C-Star is telling me to do. Thank you, Walmart. Thank you so much for making such a high-quality bike that lasts for at least a year and a half. Thank you so much. And we're going to kind of wrench this in loosely, okay? Because this is going to go together as a combination, right? So we're going to pull this back. You want the... Oh, son of a bitch. It came off the sprocket there. Put the chain all back together and I'll get back with you. Stupid chain! What? I'm scaring you? You know what scares me? Financial struggle. Financial struggle scares the hell out of me. Okay? Let me fix this bike you found on the side of the road. Oh, no, I'm sorry you bought. Hold on. What I want to do next, I want to pull this tire back. Oh, watch out for the baby there. Watch out. I want to pull this tire back, and then I want to make sure this chain's pretty tight. And then I just want to ratchet these, or adjustable wrench, Dad's best friend, these two nuts down to get that back into place, just like I'm trying to get my father-in-law back into place into the nursing home because he's been annoying me for 3 months. Okay, and once we get that all installed, we got everything tightened up, do a quick check to make sure the wheels all sealed up all the way around this side, and then also on the other side. It feels like it doesn't have quite a bit enough air in there. You know, have your child sit on it, assuming that they're not a fat lard ass that probably needs to lose a couple pounds, and see if it sinks down a little bit and you air it up to your desired range. I'm sure there's a thing that says PSI 2.4. I don't really care. Okay, just whatever the desired range is that you feel would be comfortable for you. Hard, soft, whatever. Don't talk to your wife about that. She'll have another story. Hey, and thanks guys for coming out today, checking out my video, coming on this amazing adventure with me. I really do enjoy helping out my family when they're not being little bastards. So anyways, if you're struggling in your marriage like I am, and you know, sometimes you struggle in other places, you know, emotionally, mentally, other things, I find that this really helps. So thank you for joining me today. And I've got my day pretty well planned out. Go Broklahoma. See you in the next edition. I can't do this. I can't do this shit anymore. I can't do this.